It's just more scary. It's literally more scary. We would sit in the edit, driving you mad, because if we got a glimpse too much of it, you drove yourself mad. If you just saw too much, we go, no, I can see too much. So, we didn't know if it would work. People could have come out at the end of the week going, well, that was cheap. And people didn't. People liked it, so thank you.
Don't you think one of the most frightening bits was the fact that when you didn't see it, but you then saw the child hanging inside the cage, so you got that glimpse, and you knew that was absolute. That was one of the most, for me, one of the most frightening moments when I watched it.
I think that's right. The real horror in that tank is the child and what's been done to the children. So there was no prosthetic monster that was going to be more horrible than that.
And I know new characters, there's a lot of talk about Frobisher, but personally, I thought Lois Abiba was fantastic. Loved that character. When sort of offered her a job, wondering if there's when Torchwood returns, might we be seeing more of Lois?
Too soon to say, really, because I just don't, not necessarily, she didn't literally join the team. I sort of didn't want anyone join. With Tosh and Owen gone, I sort of hated the thought of Lois taking Tosh's place. Or, because that's not like life. People don't just replace people in life. You want to miss those gaps. So I'm quite loath to have people literally replacing people who've gone.
Oh, please, like, me and my job.
So, but Kush was absolutely spectacular and brilliant, and I loved filming it. She had a whale of a time. So if I get a chance to work with her again, that would just be absolutely wonderful, because she's brilliant.
And that smile, she's gorgeous.
It's a Billy Piper smile, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Watch out for Kush Jumbo. That's her name, by the way.
Good name.
Good name.
John, what was your reaction when you either read the script or they told you what the story was, and the big reveal of Captain Jack's involvement with the 4, 5, 6 years earlier?
Well, when I read all of them together, you immediately read it and you kind of go, oh, wow. And also the fact that, we go back in a sense, if I'm correct in saying this, to the darker side of Jack and the secrets that Jack has and the history that he has and the pressures and the drama and the traumas that he's carrying on his shoulders. And, there was a concern, and I remember I said to Julie, I said, I'm just worried that they're not going to like him anymore, No, seriously. Well, listen, come on, he does get, he makes some really tough decisions in these 5 episodes, but it's decisions to save humanity. And, as we've always said, as I've always said, and I've always felt about Jack, and if I'm wrong, Russell will correct it, but he will do anything in his power to save the situation or humanity, or help save the situation, as he does when he's with the Doctor. So when I read all the stuff that he had to do, I had to look at it from the point of view as the actor, and that I was right. I'm Jack Harkness. I am right in doing what I do. And that's and I'm not doing it for script, but that's the way you have to look at it. Your objective is the right one, no matter what any other character is saying to you. That's it. So that's the way I looked at it, and it was a tough thing to do because it was hard to film those scenes, knowing what the outcome was going to be. I mean, for goodness sake, killing your own grandchild. I know. That's what I felt when I read it. But humanity had to be saved. The planet had to be saved, and I had to do it. It was the right thing. Jack's a better human being for that, in my eyes.
So, what's the verdict? We all still like Captain Jack?
I feel so much better now that you're still with me.
Still hot!
Thank you. Anyway. You're hot too.
Not as hot as you!
Oh, shush now!
You talked about sacrificing your grandson and obviously Ianto. So I was wondering if everyone here...
Whoa, where was he going?
Not your fault.
No, listen, hold on a second. I'm sure they're going to answer in their own way, but you can't blame anybody. Remember, it's the excitement, and we always said in the beginning when Torchwood started, people die young in Torchwood because they make a lot of sacrifices. I know, it's a very sad thing. We're all sad. But life has to go on, and he was hot, really.
I'm beginning to think it wasn't much of a compliment if you're calling everyone hot. It wasn't much of a compliment when you called me hot. You're calling everyone hot.
But just remember, if you did, you'd be in my arms.
Moving on.
Moving on.
For me, I'm afraid it was a no-brainer that Yanta died at the end of episode 4, and it's sad, and I felt sad watching those scenes. But it's the right thing for the story, because Captain Jack has to suffer. He's about to do something absolutely dark and difficult and heartbreaking at the end of episode 4, and to take him to that place, he has to have suffered personally. And I think as part of that journey, the man that he loves, the man who he's in a relationship with, it's the cost of making Captain Jack a hero and making him suffer.
If you want to blame me, I absolutely take the blame. I said let's kill him.
I said yes.
I made it happen. No one was going to change my mind, and no one's bringing him back. So blame me all you like. That's a fact. I shall.
But a brilliant piece of TV drama, was it not?
Okay, I think this is a good time now. We'll start taking questions from the audience. Again, say your name before you ask a question. Please try and keep it to one question so that everyone gets a chance, and please be nice.
Okay, hi, I'm Sarah.
Hello.
Hey, okay. I couldn't think of a good question, so I was wanting to know what all of your opinions of Comic-Con was, and if I could give John a hug.
No! If I gave you a hug, I'd have to hug everybody, and there's not enough time. No. I have a flight to catch right after this, so sorry.
The opinions of Comic-Con are just magnificent. Absolutely loved it. There's no time to pack it all in, just meeting you and seeing you, but to see how much people are enjoying stuff. Doctor Who as well this morning. Thank you, it's been brilliant. Our first time.
It's my second year at Con, and last year and this year I did signings. I did 2 days of signings this year, and I really appreciate everybody who came up to, get something signed. But I love it. I think it's, I learned a new word this year, fangasm. Yeah. So everything's awesome. I'm a sci-fi fan. I'm a geek like everybody else. I've loved it since I was a kid, so it's great to be here.
It's quite a lonely and insulated business when you make television, because very often you kind of make the show and sweat over it, and when it goes out, you only sort of read reviews in a newspaper. It's a very cold experience sometimes when the show goes out on television, and coming to a Comic-Con like this and getting all your feedback and your warmth and your enthusiasm for the show, it's a fantastic experience. Thank you. Thank you.
Year here, and I loved it last year, and I'm loving the experience again. They've turned the lights down, I think, this year. Last year I remember being able to see people, whereas it's all a bit of a blurred out haze. But the most exciting thing is to see people and to hear what you think about the show and the passion that you all show towards these TV programs that we love. We work really hard because we love what we do, and it's important.
Talking of passion, I just say someone over there is dressed as Matt Smith's doctor.
First
one in the world.
It's designed by Ray Holman. Ray Holman, who also designed the look for Captain Jack.